Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Hi. Okay, well, for a change, I'll start off because I'll be running this today. My name is Nenad, and we are going to be playing Scum and Villainy here. So let my players introduce themselves, starting with Q.
Starting with Q. All right. Hey, guys, I'm Q. I'll be playing Fizz. I'm basically one of the muscle or the muscle. I'm not sure. I forget what the other folks are playing. But the muscly type with a military background. Somewhere around here, we have a picture. You just saw it in the intro. Yeah.
When we start talking about the characters, I can bring up the pictures and stuff. So
Okay, sure. And Jeffrey, you can tell us about yourself and your character.
Oh, can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Yo, we just got his audio sorted out right before we started, and it was working fine.
Okay.
There.
Get them all. Okay, everything's finally up and running. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeffrey. I'll be playing Kulbit Afterburn, the pilot, and I'm super looking forward to this. Should be a lot of fun.
Excellent.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Are we doing like full intros at this point at the beginning? I just remembered.
Now we can just do a short one. That's fine. Ellie, you can go next.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Ellie, and I'm playing Tecla, the disgraced former medical researcher who now works her way across the galaxy avoiding bounty hunters by providing medical services.
And finally, Tom.
hey, I'm Tom. I am playing Arpi, the ship's mechanic.
Anyway, this is just session 0, so we're just going to discuss a bit about the setting, put together our ship for this motley crew, and yeah, so we'll be ready to actually start fully next week. So first, let's talk about the setting now. By default, the setting, I mean, let's talk about psionics and so on, because by default, the setting does include psionics quite a bit now, doesn't it? You kind of have a choice how much you want to dial it in. Do you want to have like tons of psionics, or just more like a background element, or even no psionics at all? Because none of the characters, as far as I know, have any psionic ability. Any preferences?
I missed the beginning of that. Everything froze.
What?
And then came back.
Yeah. If you don't mind, kind of repeating the part.
Could you please repeat?
Psionics.
No, I'm just saying that let's talk about how much psionics does everybody want in the game.
Okay.
Because none of the characters have psionics, so we can be basically, that means that we can just decide to not have them at all, or just have, like, if you walk down the road, you're going to run into free telekinetics and it.
I actually kind of wanted to talk to the team about that. Because it basically, when we were assigning attribute points, I was waffling between either consort or attune, depending on, I guess, the outcome of this question. So I'm willing to be flexible so that we do have a character that is somewhat attuned, and we can attribute my character's recklessness and kind of knack for getting out of a tight spot to some ethereal power. Or he could just be a more kind of sociable sort of guy.
Okay.
What was the question? Because everything froze up again. Was it, do we want to have someone who can attune?
Yeah, well, it's more about the...
How much psionics do we want in the game?
One at a time?
How much psionics do we want in the game?
Okay.
We don't currently have anybody with psionic abilities, so we can go no psionics at all, or we can go every third person.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I'm happy to have some sort of force equivalent thing going on, or not. I think we can get by equally well without it. But I do like your idea, Jeffrey, of Kulbit having, being. What is it? What's the force called in this game?
The way.
The way, yeah.
This is the way.
The way, being way sensitive and giving you the edge in piloting, because that's very fitting with the setting. But
I see they also decided to go more Taoist, like George Lucas. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay with me. So.
Okay. I might swap my attribute points around for attune then.
Okay, so I will leave it that there is psionics there, but I mean,
But would we then
assuming
not have-
Commodore is just like is it like a couple of psychics? It's more like you've heard of it, but it's kind of like it's rare to encounter one. Or
would that mean we would no longer have anyone who can consort?
No, I can consort.
Okay,
Okay.
good. That seems like a good trade then. I just have under resolve. I just have a couple dots in command, so I'm not the resolve person.
Consort and sway are my resolve skills.
Good.
Okay, so I'm kind of having it like mid level, but it's like there are psychics out there. It's like, but meeting one, it's kind of remarkable events, but not. Yeah, does that work for everyone else? Or
Yeah, it's fine with me.
okay, cool,
Make it so.
excellent.
I don't hold by your hokey religion, but I respect your right to practice it.
I don't care why you think you can fly so good, as long as you can fly so good.
So exactly. Okay, and then so let's talk about you guys as a crew. Now we have two people who are basically anti-hegemony people, and Tecla, you kind of mentioned a bit about your background. So you also used to be a researcher. Did you work for a hegemony or for like an independent party?
Tecla was a student who went too far at the academy.
Okay.
And was kicked out and decided to abandon everything.
And what do you mean went too far? Is this a secret that we don't know, or?
I'm imagining a kind of Frankenstein background.
Okay.
Why
Not
didn't they
necessarily-
just hire you? Why did they just hire you for that?
Just a kind of Frankenstein background.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rockets.
she didn't quite go as far as Victor, but
But was trying to.
far enough that she drew attention that she didn't want.
Right.
Okay.
Just a little grave robbing.
Yeah,
If it hadn't been for those meddling kids.
Okay, that makes sense. And Arpi, why are you kind of with this motley crew? Because you're a mechanic.
I think she is probably with the crew mostly for the money. She probably was offered a pretty good deal to wait, wrong one. Sorry, probably to join. She's kind of bounced around the universe as the expression goes. But she's I don't mean to call her like a she's definitely not attuned, but she is definitely curious about the way. And it's one of those things that sometimes me and a mechanic will allow some downtime. It's a chance for her to kind of visit the universe. Kind of tries to stay out of the politics. It's basically kind of been a hired hand. And this may be a time that she's, maybe kind of found a crew that she really, vibes with and wants to stay with them.
Okay, that's good. Now, about Kulbit, what's your story?
Well, I'm sure you're in suspense about it. As I continue to futz with my stuff. Cool. My cables are really sensitive today. All right. So Kulbit is ex. Is it hegemony?
Yeah.
He's
hegemony.
hegemony. Okay.
Yeah.
Hegemony,
Thank you.
hegemony.
How would you say it with like a British accent? Hegemony.
Hegem. I don't know.
Okay.
Just pick a pronunciation.
Actually,
I work for the man, right? I work for the man, and fuck the man. So he's an ex-military pilot, and he's now enjoying a full-fledged punk rebellion phase.
Mhm. Okay. And Fizz.
Left
sorry,
the military. He left. Oh no, he left not quietly, but with technical difficulties.
Trying to take you down already.
I know. He left not quietly, but with a loud bang.
Okay.
Did you like blow stuff up and steal a ship, or?
Oh yeah.
All right.
And now, last but not least, Fizz, what's your story?
So for our viewers who happen to be Martha Wells fans, Fizz is basically Murderbot. So there is a company within the setting that grows clones for security reasons, and they're all chipped so that they obey. So we have homegrown clone slaves that are for security reasons. He slipped his bonds and has escaped with a little help from Kulbit. They hooked up at some point after both of them escaped, and now they're on the run. I think Kulbit may be the only member of the crew who knows that he's a sect clone, because he's had a little bit of work done so that he doesn't look as cloney. He has hair. He's altered his weight a little bit, but and tries to wear makeup and stuff so that he looks more human. But he passes as Jonathan Majors. So we can decide now if the rest of you, I don't mind if the rest of the crew knows, but if you prefer to have it be a secret, that's fine too. But he's not. So he's hunted by the company. What the heck did we call the company?
It's called Yaru.
Yeah, right, the Yaru. Yeah, they know that he's escaped, and he knows that they know that he's escaped. But we don't think that they've mentioned to anyone that he's escaped, because it would be a big PR problem if it was found out that the sect clones could get slip their bonds and become self-sufficient. So they're kind of covering it up, but they're still hunting for him. So he's sort of low-key hunted, I guess, which means the hegemony isn't really looking for him, but still doesn't want to be advertising that he has these abilities. So he does his best to pass as human. And that's clone 1138.
Well,
And
that brings us to a pressing question, which is, how long have we been together?
Good question.
Because-
I'll say long enough to at least get comfortable. I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah.
If you've gotten injured at any point, your doctor probably knows who you are.
Right. Yeah. And it's actually good that you have some Frankenstein background, because that's helpful. So why don't we? So and then once Kulbit and Tecla know, you got to bring Arpi in, because otherwise that's just like being.
Well, you need a doctor and a mechanic every time you get injured.
And you might also need the mechanic.
Yeah, you might need the mechanic too.
Because he is cyborg. Yeah. Everybody on the crew knows and is comfortable, I guess, or at least somewhat comfortable.
Yeah.
Because you're all being sort of. Well, Arpi's not really being hunted. Tecla's probably not being hunted, but at least gets the side eye.
Yeah, that was kind of.
Tecla's being hunted.
Tecla's also being hunted. Yeah. So then that's great. We're all being hunted, except maybe Arpi, who's just like, I'm just in it for the money. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he'll be hunted soon enough. You guys long enough.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to have done one or two jobs, and as the muscle, I'm bound to have gotten hurt.
Yeah.
So, and while I do heal faster than most people, it's not like it's easy to cover up. Hey, why do your ribs shine?
Now, Arpi, speaking of special abilities, do you want to take, because as Xenos, you have the option of having like the Xenos ability, or do you want to keep Overclock as your?
I haven't really decided. I mean, is the ability then something based on like her species or something, or is it just like a Xeno ability or something?
It's more. It's like a Xenos ability. I'm just thinking you can spend between 0 and 2 stress to kind of evoke if there's anything that your species would be able to do that human wouldn't. If you don't, if you don't want to take it, it's fine. Then you could just be a role-playing thing. For example, you do have effectively an extra arm, but
because that's the thing. I mean, she's got the however you say that word prehensile tail, or whatever. So I'm guessing maybe that could be like a.
It's up to you. I mean, I don't mind kind of not putting special points into it because it's not that much of an advantage in most situations.
It's
role-playing.
Yeah, it's more of an RP thing. That, not to use her name, but that she while she's talking to you, she might be her tail might be working on something. I think it's more of a role playing thing than necessarily mechanical. So
okay, we'll fly with it either way.
Yep.
Okay, so that's okay. So now let's work on your ship, the Burning Sedation.
We don't have to go with that name. I just thought it was horribly immature, and I liked it. So,
what's immature about it, really?
Well, talking to the doctor, saying, "Well, I have this burning sensation when I pee." So.
Yeah.
I figured that's why Tecla chose the ship.
Look in the birthing listings. It's like, ooh, burning sensation. Let's check those guys out. They're my kind of people.
Okay.
Easy money.
So who actually owns the ship? Is it like a joint?
Is that the ship that Kulbit stole?
Is it the ship that Kulbit stole? Because that works.
That would make sense. Yeah. So it's also a hot commodity.
Yeah.
So it would sort of make you the de facto captain.
It's up about. Yeah, you can decide on how you want to go, guys. But you do. Yeah, I'm going to assume that you kind of changed transponders and did a paint job at some point. So
right.
It's not like the moment you appear in the system, you're going to get to it.
Some sort of black market branding of it so that it shows up as the burning sensation and not whatever it was before.
And that's one of Arpi's friends is a junkyard owner that she can get parts from.
Ooh, yeah.
But on the other hand, she has a black market dealer she apparently owes this dealer something. So I mean, I was kind of thinking that maybe Arpi and Kulbit go back a little bit even further, and maybe he hired her to be mechanic or something. So figuring they kind of have that connection. So
I figured out how the ship was named. That Tecla was logged into the wrong system and she was entering patient data.
Tom, for Arpi's species, what is their standing with the hegemony?
I hadn't thought of that.
I know it just occurred to me too.
Probably rebellious towards them.
So not a functioning member of the hegemony.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. How does the hegemony feel about? Well, first of all, are they actually based in this sector, or are you you traveled here from elsewhere?
I'm going to say she came from elsewhere.
Okay, so you're not going to run that many members of your species here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes things a bit easier for you because hegemony is kind of generally very xenophobic, quite literally, but they're not going to have anything specifically against your species because most of them have never seen one before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, she doesn't hide, but her small size does allow her, to be able to kind of go around places unseen and, so.
Yeah. Anyway, so let us start. Is everybody ready to get started on the ship?
Yeah.
I mean, if you do want to rename it at some point, you can.
Not my burning sensation. It's perfect.
I don't know. Although I don't know if your character decides to date and it's kind of so we don't come back and see my burning sensation goes really badly.
Yeah.
We'll have to invest at some point in some sort of rolling transponder that can like flip between 3 or 4 different transponder codes. Then we can come up with all kinds of cool names.
Yeah.
If someone wants to make the updates to the burning sensation, we can have a share their screen and we can show it.
Yep, I believe we all have ownership of the character sheet, so
Yeah.
all of us can.
I was gonna say maybe just have one person make the updates. So
So I will not fiddle with it so that I
Yeah.
don't mess up whatever anybody else does.
Okay.
I nominate the game master.
Okay, I will do that. So first of all, you need to choose a reputation. Now, for some reason, I don't see like a reputation thing here. So, the possible reputation that lists here, but you come up with another one, is things like ambitious, brutal, daring, honorable, professional, savvy, strange, and subtle. So, I mean, obviously, you could choose another reputation for the ship and the crew.
Well, if it's a military vessel, formally, I could see it being either designed for stealth or for like attack missions.
Yeah, I think there's more reputation for the crew as a whole because there's actually a mechanical effect. If you kind of uphold your reputation, you can get the extra crew XP.
I would think either ambitious, daring, or strange would be. I kind of like daring in a way.
Too.
Yeah, daring is what I was leaning toward.
Okay.
That works for me.
When we were talking about the Fire Drake and first coming up with which option to pick, I pictured in my head the scene from Lilo and Stitch where they're like, "Oh, he took the red one." It's like the much better ship than their standard cruisers.
Yeah. Should put that the colors red. Because that is an option.
I think we have to have flames down the side.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh yeah.
And maybe a crude drawing as well.
Sick flame.
I should have a wizard on the side somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, wizard as well.
Venus. There you go.
I like red though. As we all know, red goes faster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are you orcs?
Yeah, and a bumper, a little sticker on the front that says, does this ship look blue to you?
I like it.
But I'm running out of space here, so we'll just have to remember that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Also, when you said like a crew picture for some reason, like they said the image of those little stickers, the family sticks you get on the back of cars. You have that on the back of your shirt.
If you can read it, I'm not too close.
Okay, so reputation, daring. I don't really see up space reputation in this thing, so I'm just going to put in the notes.
Okay.
RP on board.
It allows you to choose it. I'll add it.
Okay, fine. Then I didn't see it. Okay, that's good. So now we need to get to customize our ship. You can get 2 additional ship systems to improve. It's like engines, hull, comms, and weapons.
Engines, for sure.
Yeah, engines, because we go fast. So.
Yes.
And I don't think weapons. I don't see this as being a heavy fighting ship. I mean, I think either hull or comms, I think would be
Right?
I mean,
I
maybe
agree with that.
fast and durables, maybe engines and hull.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that works too.
What do you think, Ellie?
I'm fine with
Yeah, I'm
that.
down for that.
I don't think we should go in blasting. We should go in quiet and then run away and live
Exactly.
in it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so
I'm gonna have
engines
to put
and
away my
hull.
detonators.
Just keep them under your bunk. You never know.
The safest place to put detonators.
Of course.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'm a restless sleeper.
Yeah. So now,
As long as the actual explosives are, somewhere else, then yeah, you can keep them under your bunk.
I don't know if you guys have the information sheet I sent put in the Discord a while ago, because you need to choose well, it says I should tell you, but I'll trust you guys. You need to choose a faction which helped you customize your ship.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, you start off with 2 credits.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back and look. Sorry.
No problem. I've got the faction list here somewhere. I should just download the actual PDF because.
Gotcha. So you're asking us to pick which faction?
Help
and
you.
then also how we dealt with them, whether we paid them off or we still owe them or we stiffed them. Or
Yeah.
something. Gotcha. Oh yeah, I don't remember the factions. When we started looking into this game, that was what?
Yeah, it was a couple months ago. I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember as well. Like you said, we have actually like a faction statuses thing. Okay, if you go to under PCs, under faction statuses, and go add faction, it'll actually display all the factions.
Got you. We're not seeing that, so I must have just set that to GM only for view. So anything you want us to see, right click on it and make us observers or owners or whatever.
Let me just remove what I'm.
So I go configure ownership. All players. There you go. Actually, I'll let you owner this because that's actually public.
There we go. Faction statuses. Thank you.
Yeah. So you'll know the faction statuses that you have with the various factions.
So to start, all I did was set us players able to see our PCs and the burning sensation. So everything else is hidden to the GM, so you can just show us what you want.
Yeah.
To show.
So if you click on faction statuses, then just click on add faction. You'll see list all the factions.
I certainly don't think the hegemony helped us customize a ship after we
No.
still did. So that
Probably not now.
This ship looks
Weirdness.
awfully familiar.
This
Oh,
can't
yeah,
be
I
the
went
one
for
where
one just like this last week.
Hey, these fuzzy dice look a lot like the ones I lost.
Well, it could have like flown to another system and then kind of
Yeah.
like
So criminal syndicates or weirdness are our options.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, there's lots of. Yeah, well, there's
Yeah.
hegemony. There's the. Let's just see. Which ones are good for this? There's the Bonico Syndicate, which is high-end technological thieves.
seems like the people you'd go to get your ship fixed up.
Yeah, there's also Cobalt Syndicate, which is actually a labor union.
A labor union.
They do dabble in like things on the side.
Gotcha. Yeah.
There's Conclave 01, which is actually a conclave of sentient robots, but they're kind of hard to get hold of.
Hmm.
There are also Draxus Raiders, who are basically space pirates.
I'm sure we've run into them, but
Well, you guys are criminals as well, so you can be a good criminal to them as well.
We're
I think
technically-
criminals is kind of a strong word.
We're outlaws.
Well,
Outlaws, okay, yeah.
independent contractors.
Yeah. We're legitimate small businessmen.
There's
People.
also the Turner gang, who are young and disenfranchised Xenos.
Yeah.
Echo Wave Riders are pilots who have organized illegal races. I mean,
Oh,
that would be able to get you
I can
upgrades.
totally see Kulbit wanting to do that. I'll have to ask him when he comes back.
I mean, there's the obvious hegemonic cult, the Guild of Engineers.
The who engineers?
Guild of Engineers.
Oh, the Guild of Engineers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
aren't they part of the hegemony?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. So that would be we'd have to probably really pay them off to
Yeah. There's also Janus Syndicate, which is their weapon deal, especially in ship weapons.
Gotcha. Did you hear that one, Jeffrey? There's a street racing syndicate, basically, that is an option for criminals that might have helped us.
Yeah.
You know, I actually, for the contacts, for the friends, I picked Chos, a professional racer, as my friend.
So they could have helped you. I mean, he could have put you in contact with them.
Yeah, so that would be in alignment with that contact.
Right. So that would certainly make sense for getting the engines souped up.
That's the Echo Wave Riders?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of these, I mean, I'm looking through the list. Weapon dealers, no. I mean, I think to get us started, yeah. I mean, definitely somebody would help us with the engines and stuff like that. So.
Well, it doesn't have to be directly. It could be just that they. I mean, pretty much everybody knows people. It could have just introduced you to like somebody who can just look away and that kind of thing. So it doesn't have to be like themselves. To.
Yeah.
Sure. So then the question is, did we pay them? Do we still owe them, or did we work on credit, or did we just stiff them?
We're gonna pay them back.
Did you stiff them?
So we stiffed them.
We're always gonna pay them back.
We're planning to pay them back. They just don't realize it.
I mean, even Han Solo was gonna pay back Jabba. I mean,
right? Okay, so maybe we owe them one.
Okay, so get the -1 status.
Let's see, which says we promise we'll return the favor down the line when they ask, and we get +1 status with them.
Okay, +1 kind of. It's the other option, which guys you basically you still owe them. You have good status with them because they know that if you get yourselves killed, you can't pay them back. Pretty much.
Exactly.
yeah.
Do they actually know that you guys are like wanted by Hegemony, or did you just keep that quiet?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do the Echo Wave Riders know that you're wanted by Hegemony, or did you just keep that quiet?
Oh yeah, but we probably kept that quiet, huh?
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's obvious. It's gonna be obvious to them that this is a stolen Hegemony ship, or at least a second-hand one. So I don't think we can keep that completely quiet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then again, they're not.
What do y'all think? Maybe we don't mention it, but if they ask, then we cop to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just found it.
They'd be like, found this ship, huh? Fell off the back of a freighter.
And speaking of which, I kind of like the Cobalt Syndicate.
Okay,
Organized labor union dabbling in a little crime to fund their demands for a better life. Usually display a blue stripe somewhere on their clothes.
Where are you seeing that?
It is on page 327.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
I knew that information was in the book somewhere. I just hadn't found it.
I had to find it.
Yeah.
A good index is everybody's friend.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think
you will get more factions that you can ally with or make enemies of.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure how many we have to. We have to
Okay,
have
I mean,
one, right?
That simply seems like even if we don't start knowing them, we should try to work toward getting to know them. That's the labor union. I would resonate, or Fizz would resonate with that.
And definitely Arpi. So
No, look, I mean, you can assume that you know pretty much all the factions, at least.
I gotcha.
Know of them. They're kind of there.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless they're like top secret. I know a couple of
You see
them.
jobs with those guys.
But
So,
like their labor union, they literally have a uniforms too.
okay.
You see them around.
So to start off with, we had to have at least one. Was that one faction status?
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I'll put
alright.
in the Echo Wave Riders to start with.
Okay.
We
Let's
can
just
say
keep it
this at any
simple.
point.
Yeah. Let's keep it simple.
Yeah.
We got them. So okay.
But
now-
we request one of our early jobs should be with the Cobalts.
Okay.
I mean, you can add them. I guess there's just no status or whatever. So
Yeah, I'll add them just to keep them.
Okay.
Yeah,
go ahead and add them then. All right.
yeah, just really, yeah. You don't really have anything
But yeah, this sheet will allow us to, at a glance, quickly see where we stand with everyone we've met.
Cool. I was going to add a Yaru on there because I'm not going to give any states to them because they're not. Because obviously, Fizz has a connection to them.
Right. Yeah, we might have a negative status with them.
Yeah, we can sound that. We just knew that they are.
And I did.
Okay.
As one of my friends, I picked Chanzek, the bounty hunter. So we have, that's who the Yaru have sent after Fizz.
Yeah.
Right.
So if any of you know Chanzek, don't tell them where we are.
I don't think.
And you do the same with Batro.
Batro? Okay. Yeah. Maybe we can send them after each other.
Yeah.
That would be a cool job.
Operation Switcheroo.
Yep.
Okay, now the fun part, you get to choose a special ability for the ship.
Okay.
Ooh.
That is page 114.
Yeah. Yeah, so the actual special abilities, if you look on the actual ship, you can just click on special abilities and let you choose them.
Okay.
140 is
Yeah, that's the actual ship.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Here's the actual list. Okay, Fire Drake special abilities. Ooh, Forged in Fire looks like a good way to bond. Natural enemies with the hegemony. But that adds 1 die to the engagement roll.
Yeah, which is quite useful.
Can't remember. Is that good for us or bad for us?
It's good.
Oh, okay.
The game roll is you roll as many dice as, well, hopefully, and pick the highest. And
Gotcha. So that would sort of represent us being like always wanting to tweak the hegemony's nose because we hate them.
Exactly.
Are we individualistic, or are we striving for a larger cause? Like, are we trying to form a movement against the hegemony?
Right? Or are we just trying to survive?
Our piece is trying to survive. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of, at least to start, I'm leaning towards just trying to survive.
Same.
sympathizers.
What?
I mean, it's I'm just kind of looking through like well, there's Just Cause.
Mhm.
Get XP for doing the right thing at cost.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be. I mean, you could just play this trying to survive, but still end up doing the right thing. That's a totally
It's very-
valid way to put it.
It's very Firefly.
Exactly.
Mhm. Right? As is natural enemies, right? The brown coat's always tweaking the
Yeah.
what was the hegemony equivalent in Firefly?
This is the Alliance.
The
Oh,
Alliance, yeah.
So we get 2. Was that special abilities?
See, not just one.
Oh, just
Just
one.
one.
Okay, sorry. I would go with Just Cause myself. But
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
that works. Because I can see us doing that sort of thing. It's like, we gotta risk our lives to save the children.
because if we
I don't
return
care
them,
not
just
paying
doing
us,
so-
they're kids, They can't pay us if they're dead.
Exactly.
Okay,
We have
that
to save the children. I need test subjects.
Oh no, the younglings.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now we can assign some upgrades.
Okay.
Upgrades in gear. Oh, I'm trying to click on the on the StreamYard display. It doesn't work.
Oh.
It's if you're dying, problem, you can just click on upgrades and gear next to special abilities.
Okay. I think
So
use-
there should be two upgrades each ship comes with. You get to assign 2 upgrades.
2 upgrades.
Yeah. Some upgrades cost more than 1. So if you want shields, you need to spend both of them on that.
Got you.
I actually have an upgrade here because I actually let me click.
I mean, I kind of like crew quarters.
Do we already
I feel
have
like-
crew quarters? I see what's on the right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have spare points in the system to the category.
Yeah, we already have crew quarters. We already have jump drive.
Oh, this is okay. I'm sorry. I thought we were choosing between those 5 things. Those are all things that are already added.
That's my understanding. Is the stuff on
Yeah.
the right is what we already have.
Gotcha. And we need to
Is
pick a couple more things.
So
Does that come with the ship, like the Fire Drake style model?
Yeah, I think so.
Should
Let me
yeah.
check that.
Yeah, that's the way I'm reading it. So,
Okay.
so I would say, so what don't we have? Shields. We don't have shuttle. So really, shields is the thing we don't have.
The Fire Drake's description on 138 says we start with shields and a shuttle.
Ah,
Yeah.
Interesting.
It just shields in a shuttle. That's
Weird.
weird, I
Unless
don't know.
this is oh, you know what? Maybe this is you click on it to add it or something here, because those would be the ones that aren't
That's
like
true.
we already have. Yeah.
I
So
see.
maybe
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't do
shields?
anything with the burning sensation sheet other than create it, so I don't know how any of the
Well, let me do this.
stuff is set up.
Yeah, because I'm reading the thing as well now. It doesn't say anything about you have shuttle comms.
Okay.
One way to test that is just to change the ship type and see what it does to the sheet.
Actually, yeah, because it didn't actually, for some reason, yeah, this sheet is a bit weird because I just see looking at the actual, it didn't give you the original. So Ender's actually 2.
Mhm.
Your hull is also 2 at the moment. I mean, because you put in extra points in that, because that's 1, and weapons are 1. Okay, that looks better.
Okay, so
Okay, no, I see it now. This is a bit confusing because it says starting systems. If you look on the page, 148, the next to comms says installed none. The next to engine says installed jump drive. So it just, yeah, I find it a bit confusing.
Because there's a thing down here, add upgrade.
Click it, see what it does. And then we can choose. Okay, so
wow.
those are the upgrades we can choose from.
I guess.
Yeah, but won't actually let you add them because it says because you don't have.
Yeah, it looks like they're grayed out though. So I don't
All right.
Yeah.
understand.
have
Well, if
spare
you,
points.
I think you click on the title of the upgrade that you want, and it'll bold it and make the text bigger, and then you can add it.
Okay. Let me click on shields and see.
Yeah, I think it's just giving you the description there.
Yeah, it seems like just the description. Oh, maybe you add you'll hit the little pip over here to
Ooh.
include it. So let me do this. Like,
Yeah, somebody just added something.
Yeah, cargo hold.
You can have a cargo hold if you want.
That's a
Tom,
lot of options.
if I go into the upgrades, like
Mhm.
the add upgrades window, and just click on something, it adds it to the ship.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I see. There you go. Yeah.
okay.
So then all of these things that were already there must have been stuff that came
Yeah,
with.
they
Yeah.
come with the ship, so they're
Okay.
I'll remove cargo hold unless you want one.
In case that, yeah, we might decide we want to do that.
I mean, we do need a shuttle.
You've got one.
Yeah. It sounds like we already have one. So
Yeah, you've got one.
Yeah, so that's already set. So then we're just looking at things like basic ship upgrades, like hollow emitters or an intruder alarm.
Or any of that. That's
Kind
all
of thing.
useful.
Crew gear is actually listed under upgrades, land transport, recon drone. I wouldn't mind
I would
having a
love-
drone to lean into the Murderbot theme.
Yeah.
And then there's an AI module, an armory, a brig, a galley, science bay,
Tecla.
and a medical bay. I mean, why not both?
I wouldn't object to a medical bay.
Yeah. So yeah, that would definitely be. So that's one of the auxiliary ship modules. There's hull modules. That's where the cargo hold sits. Smuggling compartments would be useful.
Yeah.
These are all things that we could put on our want list for why are we working this job, so that we can afford smuggling compartments, so that we'll be safer.
Mhm.
Oh, a graphitic field generator that extends ship to ship. That would be useful if we decided to go pirate, but I don't know that we want to do that.
I'm not sure we give off
Quantum and-
piratey vibes.
Yar, I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
You can just be way blessed as well. That's an upgrade.
Yep.
Well, 2 upgrades actually.
I'd like to put forward a medical bay as I want to second that motion
Yep,
for our option, even if
That's
it costs 2. I don't know how much it costs, but
It's 1.
flirting.
Okay, I'll add that one. So I have medical bait.
excellent. And then so somebody else can suggest the next one.
Black market contacts are always useful.
I already technically have a contact. So I don't know if we necessarily have to add one.
Yeah, I have a weapons dealer contact.
Yeah, I don't think we need it.
So a med bay would be good for organic creatures, beings, but would there be a robotic version of a med bay,
A workshop.
like the workshop?
Yeah, it's like a workshop basically.
Mhm.
Is that an option?
Yeah.
Yeah, workshop for drones and stuff. I do want to get into, having a cloud of drones that I can send around.
I also
But
do
I
have
gotta
a,
work on my hack. I only have a dot and hack. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, Kulbit already has a drone, so
yeah,
Don't
I've got a
Yeah.
little floating orb named R4. Was it R4V or RAV?
Rav4.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Let's see. What kind of jobs do you guys see doing? We can maybe look at the ship, then the final upgrade from that perspective.
Well, see, I mean, the ship comes with some weapons, so
Yeah.
we're not ducks falling off a log.
Right.
But I don't see us being combat heavy.
No.
More like clandestine stuff, smuggling.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like Arpi is going to go in and try to fool anybody with, I'm the ambassador for,
Right.
Whatever,
Maybe if we took 2 of you and put you in a trench coat.
Not
Somewhere I
here.
remember a game with a bunch of kobolds in a trench coat.
Well, you've got the RAV4, so you can just stand on top of it.
There we go.
So if we're going to try to do more low key type stuff that's just involved with like picking stuff up and putting it down somewhere else,
Smuggling, I think.
Yeah.
land transport
Okay.
would be useful for picking up stuff and then getting it to the ship. And
There's also the cloaking device, if you really want to be stealthy.
Cloaking
Ooh, I
device,
missed that. Where's that?
afterburners
Where's
for an
that?
extra
Oh,
boost.
there it is. Mask the heat and electrical signature. Yeah. Ooh, that could be good. There's the fake transponder.
Mhm.
I'm down for any of these, to be honest. Like, maybe like some transporting, some taking on passengers, some smuggling jobs, stuff that's gray area or at the very least like honest work.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
So I could see smuggling compartments. What was the other one? Cloaking device.
Cloaking
Those would be
device,
used for
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And then the land transport for getting around on the surface when we need to. Any other suggestions leaning in that direction?
No. And if we don't like what we have, we'll just steal another ship. So
There we go.
Exactly. So,
Yeah,
that's that one.
Can't leave the burning sensation. It's my baby.
So on the land transport, what was the other one? The medical bay?
We did the medical bay,
Yeah.
and then we were trying to decide between cloaking device, smuggling compartment, and land transport.
Mhm.
I feel
Anybody
like
have a preference? What they want to lean into?
I mean, land transport. I mean, can't we just fly the ship somewhere and land it? And I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's only useful like if we don't feel it's safe to land the ship where we need to pick up cargo.
I guess. I mean, then it's like a.
Yeah,
overboard,
well, if
like
you're going
wagon.
into a city or something, ships are kind of like noticeable.
Yeah.
well, we also have a shuttle. So we have the ship, which I think it says
that's
it
true.
can't actually land, but we do have a shuttle.
Yeah, the ship can't actually land it.
Yeah, so- Skip the land transport for now then. So that puts us to choosing between cloaking devices and smuggling compartments.
Technically, the ship can land one.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of thinking cloaking device now because if we have to leave the ship itself in planetary orbit when we're taking the shuttle back and forth, it'd be nice to have it be able to basically be hidden
Yeah.
instead of just
Everybody
having
remember
it
where we parked the ship.
Right? All right, you convinced me to cloaking device.
Okay, cloaking device then.
Was it asteroid H or asteroid I?
And we chose one with flesh-eating bacteria.
Yeah.
We
Did you-
were on the Spock lot. So
Did you take a picture of it as I told you to?
Choose a favorite.
Well, first you now need to choose which faction helped you with the upgrade.
Oh, which faction? Oh, okay. So we got a.
You get a faction that helped you get the upgrades, and a faction that got screwed over in the process.
I think the Echo Wave Riders helped us.
I mean, it could be another faction, or it could be the actual Wave Riders as well that helped you with that too.
The one we screwed over is maybe like the Turner Society. Because is somebody hunting us or hunting somebody from them?
Just
Oh,
check.
I said my contact is probably aligned with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, your contact, they could still be coming down for you. You just have a contact in them who kind of push them.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, fine. I mean, most of the factions are kind of, especially these ones, are large enough whereby if they got -1, you can still be friends with like individual members. If you're like at war with this society, things could get really complicated. But... So who helped you? I mean, we can't go for the Echo Wave Riders. So.
Who helped us get the
The upgrades?
upgrades.
the
The cloaking device was
cloaking device and
the one
the,
because that one. I think I'm pretty sure the cloaking devices are illegal. So, well, actually, it says super illegal.
so maybe the what was the ones that you liked, Tom? The blue.
The,
The
I was
Cobalt
thinking.
Swords.
I was thinking the Turner Society. Or,
Yeah.
I mean, there's the Cobalt Syndicate. So
Let's see. Maybe they're not crimey enough to be able to get a hold of a super illegal thing.
They know people who know people. I mean, there's other ones.
exactly. I know a guy.
Yeah. And they probably do know lots of guys.
They dab it a
What
little
is the
crime
agony?
demands.
I mean, if you want to get something interesting, it's something like a Star's Veil, who's the counterintelligence and spies. I'm sure they have their own reasons why they will let you have a cloaking device. Or on the other hand, the Star's Veil could also be people you borrowed the cloaking device from.
What? The people that we stole the cloaking device from? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
That
I'm
would be
suggesting
cool.
Star's Veil, who's kind of like the hegemonic spies and so on.
Right? Maybe we stole it from the Guild of Engineers? Let's see. No, they're mostly cybernetics. Well, take advantage of them. They have the best toys.
Yeah.
That was the job that I got so hurt on that now everybody knows that I have a metal skeleton.
There we go. Worth it.
Oh my god, your leg's off! Oh wait, no it's not. What's going on?
So do you want to go for the, would you say, the Guild of Engineers that you borrowed the thing from?
Works for me.
Yeah.
Sure.
It does mean you will get -2 status with them. Unless you could pay them 1 credit to reduce it to -1. I'm not quite sure how I would do that.
Well, I mean, they are hegemony, so
I don't mind having a -2 with them.
yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
You still need that faction who helped you with the operation. It could be the Echo Wave Riders. Or
Yeah.
Cobalt Syndicate.
But we already have a relationship with the Echo Wave Riders for the
Yeah. So let's
previous thing.
Let's
Give
be
them
polyamorous
an
and
upgrade.
have a relationship with somebody else too.
I kind
Mhm.
of think if we're like the just sense of justice, that seems to resonate the most with the Cobalt Syndicate. As far as like, they're kind of like, yeah, well, any crime that forwards the overall movement is worth it.
Yeah.
You know, the ends justify the means, kind of a thing.
That works.
Ooh.
So you want to go for the Cobalt Syndicate?
Sure.
Yeah.
If you want, you can spend an extra credit and raise your state to +2.
To raise what by 2?
Your ratio with the Cobalt Syndicate to 2 at the moment. So
Oh, raise it to 2. Gotcha.
Nah.
Well, we'll start with 1.
Yeah.
Hold on to the creds for now. We're gonna be frugal.
Yeah. I'm
We can always
thinking
go
hold on
back
to
and bump
the
that up if we don't need the creds for something else.
Yeah.
So the Cobalt Syndicate helped us line up the job where we stole the cloaking
Yeah.
device from the Guild of Engineers.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they have also information. They kind of
Yeah.
do lots of repairs and so on. And
And
now
the
the contacts.
Sorry.
Contacts. Okay.
So
Now
you know all those contacts. You just have to choose one of them who's like a very close ally to you.
Okay.
All right. What page is that on?
138. 138.
Yeah.
Thank you. Fire deck, regional ship quarters, crew contacts. Gotcha. Garen, Teura, Ada Black, Tico Lux, and Ebo 1. Or Ebo One?
Ebo One, I think sounds better.
Yeah.
Ebo 1.
Yeah.
That's the way it looks to me. Ebo 1.
Really? No,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I just got what it's referencing.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, exactly.
just spell Ebo
One.
backward.
You got it.
They sneak them in all over the place.
I don't think a crew contact with a guild weapons engineer would match up with the fact that they're enemies.
Well, he could be like the one person who actually likes you in the guild. I mean, the guild is huge, so
Yeah.
He's like the one guy that's like, I told you guys to stop coming back here.
I told you if I saw you again, I would shoot you.
I
And
kind of
yet
like
here we are.
I kind of like the cult mystic, Ebo 1, because we don't really have anything that side, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so he could just be some dude we ran across. Maybe we had to transport him from a hive of Scum and Villainy to
Exactly.
another planet. But when we got there, the planet was mysteriously destroyed, and then we had to take him somewhere else.
And now he's just a ghost that gives us grief.
And the worst part is he had never heard of our ship. So
Yeah.
he said some penicillin will clear that right up. So.
Okay, I'm a 1 then. We're going to go with...
Okay.
He's our one.
He's number 1.
Oh wait, is he our enemy or our ally?
No, it's a
Is
crew
that-
contact.
Crew contact. So
Yeah, you know all those people, but this is like the one who's like a close friend.
Yeah. And I saw something where it said, like, you know all of the crew contacts that are listed for the Fire Drake, but one of them is your favorite, and that's going to be Ebo.
Ebo.
Ibo 1, Ebo One,
Ebo.
Oh,
Ebo One.
Bone. We're going to call him Bone.
Boom.
yeah.
Mr. Bone. So.
It's boring.
Oh, Bona, welcome aboard the Burning Sensation. Make yourself comfortable.
Actually, it's funny. You should go to starting ship qualities. Large can't land on planets.
Right,
Yeah.
which is why we have the shuttle.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And
was
why?
How freaking
Kulbit
big is
stole
it?
that one, 'cause it's big.
That's why
That's pretty
I
big.
thought the cloaking
Yeah.
device would be helpful. Cause
Yeah.
then it's not just sitting there. If we all have to, otherwise one of us might have to stay back with it.
Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, the ship will still be visible by like
Yeah.
if somebody sees it, but at least most like scans will pick it up.
Okay.
Okay, now with your contact, there's a faction which is friendly with Ebo 1. I mean, and then you get status with them. So you need to choose more factions. There's a faction which is friendly with Ebo 1 and a faction which has
Oh,
beef.
a faction linked to Ebo One. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a cult mystic.
There was one that I saw that had something to do with mystical stuff. Hang on a second.
There's Cult of the Seekers. Might
Yeah.
think of that one. Well, it could be a
Well, there was
member.
also the Agony,
Oh, what's
Which
that one?
cult of humans who infect themselves with way creatures to access the universe in unsettling ways, named after the pain most endure for their abilities.
Ugh.
Oh, that's like the Sith and the Borg all rolled into one. Love it.
I think we have a winner.
Okay.
Is Ebo One part of the Agony?
Is he?
Maybe he's an escaped cultist. He had to get
Yeah,
away
I
from
mean-
him because he was tired of the agony.
You will be
Okay, well-
you will be absorbed. So
So are the agonies then your allies or the ones which dislike him? Because if he's escaped from them, they're probably not going to be on very good terms.
I think he's on bad terms with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
That works.
He might be on bad terms with them, and their response is, "Well, you can always come back."
Ooh, that's
Might be.
scary.
They'll always
That's actually way scarier.
We'll always make a place for you.
Yeah, it could be. They're still friendly. It's just a matter of time. I mean, he'll see the error of his ways. Okay, well, in that case, we still need another faction who's dislikes Ebo One. That could be pretty much anything.
Does anybody have
likes
any other clues in their like character sheet maybe for their friends?
Take a look here.
Yeah, because you also have like some friends and enemies. I mean, they don't have to
Yeah,
be.
I mean, like I have a black market dealer who I'm like red with, named Len.
I'm sorry, everybody froze up for a few minutes. What are we discussing now?
Oh, I was wondering if maybe there was a friend in our personal character sheets that might lend itself. Because I feel like we have a faction for both of my friends, both my friend and my enemy.
Okay. Yeah. All right. It froze up again just as you were starting to say, "Oh, I was thinking about."
Oh no, our friends on our character sheets. I was wondering if there might be something in there that might, because I feel like we've got a faction for both of my friend and my enemy.
Yeah, I mean, if you for Zip, I mean, there's the Yarrow, the Makers Guild, who could be also just like Obi-Wan because well.
So we're looking for another faction that we're on the outs with.
Yeah, because Obi-Wan.
Okay.
Because we're friends with Evo, we have to pick something. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm caught up. I don't have an idea, but I'm caught up. I don't know why the food keeps freezing on me. I don't know what's going on.
What's the page for all the factions again?
Oh, 314.
Yeah,
314. Yeah, the cold
Thank you.
there.
All right, let's take a look again.
Ooh, there's the Vigilance. They're warrior mystics bearing artifact blades who seek to enforce an ancient code of justice on any they find wanting.
Gee, are we going to be enemies of both mystic groups?
Yeah, I think that'd
Well, it could be that because I mean, if Evo-Wan used to be a member of the Agony, I mean, the Vigilance might not believe that he left.
All right, who would be mad at Evo 1? The Night Speakers are mystics with dark proclivities bent on finding a set of dangerous precursor artifacts.
Yeah, I was going to suggest them.
Maybe he stole one
funny
from them or whatever, or they think he has one. Or
Yeah.
It would be funny, but perhaps not in tone with the game to have him be like a serial cult hopper.
I like it.
I didn't really vibe with them, so I left. Yeah.
Ibone, which one is it this week?
Guys, I need you to hide me.
Again? Ebo! Wop, wop.
That's our Ebo.
That's so Ebo.
A spin-off game. That's so Ebo. I don't know. I mean, there's. I was looking at the Church of Stellar Flame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the hegemonic.
Yeah.
Oh, they try to eradicate dangerous artifacts and mystic activity.
Yeah.
Oh.
So pretty much any other mystic cult is going to be in their crosshairs.
Yeah. I like them. Let's go with them.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Church of Flame. Okay, so they've got in it for old people.
Probably me by extension too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hunting Evo because although he insists he's not part of the cult insists that he is.
They haven't revoked his membership card.
Yeah.
They keep sending him a new one every time he rips up the old one. They don't somehow know.
We have your credit card. We keep taking your dues every month. You don't come
Evo,
to any of the
mail for
meetings.
you.
For some reason, they've got Berixization as his previous address, so you guys keep getting like cult cards.
Getting his mail.
You get the Christmas cards, the holiday ones, the birthday ones.
the alumni newsletter. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't even go to this damn school, and yet I can get this every month.
Why did we let him use our address?
That reminds me, there is actually an option I want to discuss with you guys. How particular may have the communication work here is that they have a Ansible network which is faster line communication. But I like the idea of basically not having faster line communication, that ships effectively act as mail carriers.
Mhm.
There's a network of probes which basically just flies between systems. They basically punch the back data into a probe, the probe goes to the next system, sends out the broadcast, and people that pick it up. Does mean that you can also smuggle information because some things just don't go through the official hegemonic channels for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
if
we
we
have to do that?
overhear, if we overhear something in a in a bar,
Yeah.
be rude not to share. So.
No, it's more like somebody will pay you to just
I know.
load this data into your thing. And,
Be a good cover.
yeah, that's kind of a variation on the setting. I don't know if everybody's happy with it.
Okay.
I figured we don't have a comp system because we ripped it out as soon as we stole the ship.
They could be listening to us. So.
You only communicate in sign language, just in case.
Yeah.
So somebody gets on the top of the ship and does semaphore.
I cast Skywrite.
Okay.
Surrender, Dorothy.
Now, let me just see. So now I just need to. Okay, so now have you. Your upkick is 0 credits. I'm not sure. That doesn't look right. Also, it's about core ratings and 4, but you cruise 0.
Oh, on my screen it says 1.
Okay. Oh, for some reason the. Okay, that thinks that's right. Okay, so your upkeep is 1 cred, which seems low, but.
Well, we start with 2, so
Yeah, that basically means that you have to pay your upkeep every time, or your ship will slowly start
Right.
going bad. It's not good. Okay, so you guys don't really have a crew, you just run in the ship yourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have any debt either, which is good. Okay, that's the ship. I mean, you got, just to go check for the stats, you got engines 2, hull 2, and weapons 1. So I don't know if you want to keep those, reshuffle the 2 points that you assigned to engines and hull. Because we thought they would start with 0, but they actually already had 1. Or do you want to leave them where they are?
we should have shields too.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, because that's...
Should we take 1 off of hull and put it into shields?
No, how comes the weapons are the only stats you put stats in? It's kind of,
I see.
the shield's like an extra system, but not sure why they have dot there.
All right.
I think.
And I may have missed it. Do we have to remove 1 point, or do we have 1 point to spend?
No, you had 2 points to spend. You put it to engines and hull, but I kind of forgot to actually add in your engine started at 1, but you didn't put it in. So
Got it.
if you want to move your points for engines and hull, put them somewhere else. You can.
Got it.
That's
I'm okay with having 2-2-1 in engines, hull, and weapons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same.
Okay.
I heard somebody mention something about comms at one point. Did we want?
Yeah, I can move a point to comms. I mean, you have comms, as in,
Yeah.
if you have 0, that just means that
We
you're
don't
not
have.
very good.
Yeah.
You have just like
Yeah,
basic,
we-
very basic ones.
That's something we can
We
always.
we can't
later.
talk to the Ansible network, so we basically just get news and mail when we get to a port.
Yeah, gotcha. That works. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Have a cloaking device, jump drive. Okay, well, your ship is ready for flight. Now basically each ship comes with its own starting situation. Now the situation for start situation for Fire Drake is actually a prison break. Does that sound fun to everybody, or would you rather start off not in prison?
I don't know about prison break. But let's talk about it, I guess.
It doesn't have to be. We can just start off with you in a system. And,
Oh, that's the starting position.
Yeah. Starting position.
I mean, what if it's not us trying to break out of prison, or is that the way that it's set up?
the way it's
That's
set
the way
up,
it's set up.
but we can. I mean, that's why I'm bringing it up. We don't have to go with that one. We can go for
Okay. So the canned setup is that we were all framed.
Yeah.
And now we're in prison.
or not framed in your case. Quite
We're in the
possible.
nastiest prison in the sector. And this is like whether you knew each other already or not, or made friends there. So this is they're set up for the
Guardians of the Galaxy.
So tweaking it so that we're actually doing an extraction
That
could be interesting. So that's why we're in the prison. Maybe we weren't framed, but we got ourselves caught. So that
We're
we
just
could get into
visiting.
the prison to bust somebody out.
Maybe Evo One is in a jam.
Yeah, could be.
Ibone.
The credit card company is coming after him because for no payment.
we will need to have a hero forge made of people, or at least some kind of artwork for the game.
I'll work on it.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and so they say your Fire Drake is in impound. The hegemony techs have it secured, but we've got it. We've got hidden security and overrides that we can swing if we can get to it. And tonight's the night that you spring your plan into action. So get free, get your stuff, get the ship, get out of Dodge.
That's the default setup, but we can tweak it or we can do something completely different.
I'll kind of leave it up to you.
Okay.
GM.
I'll prepare something for tomorrow.
whatever
Maybe
you-
breaking out people.
Whatever you think sounds fun. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be fun to do an extraction job from a supermax prison.
Yeah.
We've got the
well,
shuttle
maybe
hitting
not
from there.
super max. Let's, maybe he's like a white collar criminal.
Okay, yeah, maybe this is the
We have to get him from the tennis court. Yeah.
Why would Ibone be in a supermax prison? I mean, what could he have done?
Oh, so many things, my friend. So many things.
Okay. Okay. So, do we have any questions? Or we can call it here.
Have we done gambits?
No.
You get 4 of them.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Does that include the one that we get from our abilities?
does somebody have an extra gambit from?
I do.
Okay. that's
Um,
good.
Ooh.
So then you get
Remind
5.
me, what are gambits?
But I wasn't sure because the book says that the Fire Drake starts with 2, and I wasn't sure where the extra 2 were coming from.
Oh,
He's the Cajun X-Men.
okay. That's weird because I'm pretty sure it said that all of them supposed to start with 4. So I'm just double checking that.
Starting
Page
gambit?
121.
No, that starts with 2. Okay, so then you start with 3 for your thing.
Okay.
Now, gambits are like points you can spend to add extra dice,
Yeah.
but they are shared between the crew.
Yeah.
Any questions about the system while we're here?
Not yet.
Yeah. Once we start playing, I'll probably have questions. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like quite a lot of moving pieces, but I think we'll keep it simple.
Yeah.
Most important thing is take your there's the one rule which I have added, which I did probably forgotten, is that if you roll a stat where you have 0 in, you will get the XP point.
Okay.
If you have 0, you roll 2 dice and pick the lowest. So
Okay.
they just took the lowest roll from grade 68. I mean, don't make that prediction, but just think it's extra motivation for using skills you might not be good at.
Got it. How do we determine our stash? Did we already go over that?
Your stash is 0 at the moment.
It starts at 0. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's money you've kind of put aside for your future.
We
Right.
gotta do a job first to get money. Got it.
Yeah.
You got
And
2
then also,
credits. I mean, if somebody's feeling, I mean, if somebody really wants to take some of the shared money and put in their own stash, then you have to sort them out yourselves.
Nope. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine being amicable.
Just so you know, the credits represent like a fair. I think the book says about a week's worth of wages and so on. It's actually a fair amount of money. It's not like
Sheesh. Okay.
it's basically like actual money. I mean, if you want to buy, so we're not going to keep track of money on a small basis. So your character wants to pick up a burger or whatever, then just do it. I mean, we're not going. Credits is like it's a fair large amount of money.
Okay.
Sort of thing. Oh yes. You have a whole bunch of contacts on your sheet. The thing is, you know all of them. So you have one which is like a friend, that's a friend. One which is rival, but the rest are kind of just people you know. I mean,
Yeah.
they're kind of minorly well inclined towards you, but don't really owe you anything, and vice versa. So if you want to call on any contacts, then just tell me. And some other notes how I run things is that I'm going to give you guys quite a lot of leeway, especially when it comes to your contacts and so on. So if you want to meet a contact, just tell me and tell them where the country they are, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Same thing. Like, I mean, if you want, basically in this game kind of is very interactive. So if you guys want something to be there, just tell me, and it makes sense to be there.
I do have a crooked cop contact, Yazoo, who maybe could have gotten us our sheets doctored so that to get us into prison if you need to lean into that, or you
That
could turn him
makes
into a crooked guard instead of a crooked cop.
That works as well. There's something else. Okay, I'm sure it'll come back to me. Nothing important. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of steps, and I've never done this before either, so we'll all kind of learn
Sure.
quite a bit from it. So I will forget stuff. If you notice me forget something, just ask. Just tell me.
That's fine. On page 197, it clearly says.
One important thing to not forget is flashbacks. It's a very important part of the system.
Oh, right. Yeah, because it's based on Blades and Dark.
Yeah, so basically the way it works is that you don't spend time planning in advance. You kind of just start, and then if you can just flash back and say that, just before we went in, I actually made a plan to have.
That is a
And then
cool
we go back
mechanic.
to the flashback of us hiding the explosives in the special pipe that leads into the thing, and then
Exactly.
later. Oh.
Or
flash
the
forward?
picture because you bribed to actually take you there and so on. So
Can we do flash forwards where we remember to put the keys in the garbage can?
depends.
We have to discover time travel first.
Well, I think that'll count as a long-term project.
Yeah.
Not during downtime.
Yeah, certainly if you just fly fast enough and make a U-turn around the sun.
Any second now.
Nothing could possibly go wrong with that plan.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm good. Yeah. Wow.
Thank you for offering to run this.
Through all this.
Yeah,
I've
thank
been
you.
wanting to try this for a long time. So
I hope everybody's kind of has a better feel for how it's going to go down.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not want to do a session 0, especially because of the crew creation.
Yes. Yeah, with the ship and all that. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, quickly done it for Discord, but it's for this setup. That's
It's faster this way, and if anybody's watching this video, hope somebody is watching, they can learn a little bit about the game. Great. So
Yeah.
watch us make mistakes and learn what not to do. So
Right? Yeah. Watch us stumble in the dark.
That's a new Blades in the Dark game. Stumble in the Dark.
Stumble in the dark.
Yeah, stumbles in the dark.
Alrighty.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I'll let everybody do an outro then. So let's start right away. So Tom, you can tell us about yourself and where people can find you.
Sure. You can find me here on this channel. You can find me on the internet, Restless Barbarian Gaming, Bolthra. Lots of games going on here on the channel. So just check us out here, Restless Barbarian Gaming, for more.
Cool. Well, Jeffrey, you can finally tell us what the Sound Sketchy show.
Okay.
And then else you did it.
Yeah. So if my personal channels that do like art voiceover and some of the drawings for this very channel is at jgilbankart on all platforms. I just started a YouTube channel where I'm combining live drawing and improvisational voiceover. So I randomly generate a character and then I draw it and provide it with a voice in time, and I record it and I post it online. So if that's something you want to check out, episode 3 is set to air tomorrow.
That's interesting.
Yeah, at the Sounds Sketchy Show on YouTube. Soon to be on social media platforms.
Awesome.
Okay.
So, and Ellie, and you want to share with the class?
I am a spooky ghost. I do not exist.
That pretty much it.
I have no online presence. I'm not even in this game.
What?
No, if you're hearing a fifth voice, then that's probably in your mind,
Exactly.
and you should really talk to someone about that.
I am attuned with the way.
That's right.
This isn't the Ellie you're looking for.
Q.
And I guess I'm next. Okay, yeah, I'm Q. You can find me most of these here on the Restless Barbarian channel, several days a week. Tomorrow I'll be back playing Skids in our werewolf game. You can find me online at DriveThruRPG and Itch, Hudspeth Games, if you're looking for things that I've written. Not that much there, but you can go find it for cheap. Yeah, that's about it. I was happy to be here. Anything else you want to look for, you can find me in the link tree. It's got everything that you need.
Well, I'm Nenad. I'm kind of occasionally run things on here and online. Go by Makerspace, but I'm really bad at posting stuff. And that's it. I mean, but if Bolthra wants to say anything to close out.
No, I think we're good. I think we have a ship, we have a crew, and next week we're ready to start. So
Way to jump. Yeah.
Yep. Thanks everybody if you're joining tonight, and please be sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and we will see you next week. Good night.
Night, everybody.
All right.